Hey guys, my name is Ashley and today I'm going to be showing you how to get this makeup look. It is my go-to makeup routine and I am literally obsessed. It doesn't take me that long to do. It takes me maybe like 15 to 20 minutes if I'm just going really slow, and I hope you guys like it. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to see what you guys think. The first step that we are going to do is put on a foundation or a primer. Me personally, I do not use primers because they make my skin break out. So I just stick to moisturizer because I do have combination skin. And if you don't know what combination skin is, it's oily and dry, so it's the best of both. So I use the NARS All Day Luminescent Santa Fe, like as of today. I had been using the NARS Longwear, but I just decided that I wanted a makeup change. And for me personally, the Luminous is so amazing, and it hardly like it looks more natural, and that's what I love. Like I love like the natural look, like I'm not wearing makeup, but I am type thing. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm using this Crusty Dusty MAC 190 brush, and basically what it is it's just like a flat brush. I usually start off with just like a little bit, and then I build it up if I need more coverage for that day, and today is a day that I'm going to need it because my face is just like not about it. So let me get a little bit closer for you guys, and let me just put this all over. But a lighter color, like a concealer, that's the word we're looking for. I'm going to next put on concealer. So I don't use liquid concealer, I use a powder, and I think it gives me more of like a natural type of look. So what I'm going to do is I use the MAC powder, and it's a mineralized because I do have like really sensitive skin, so mineralized is the best for me. And this is a natural skin finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it under my eyes and the arches under my brow, and like anywhere that I notice like imperfections in my skin, and just to kind of like any redness, any pimples, like literally anything. So let me just go and do that real quick. These T formations, almost like triangle, not T. I don't know why I said that. Okay, just like this, and because I do have a pimple right here, and it just like kind of eliminates it from being more noticeable, I guess. And another thing that I have noticed is if you just look like, I don't know if you can tell or not, but to me it looks a little bit nicer. Like it makes me less tired and dead. Like I look less old, even though I'm not old. But I'm not a makeup guru, let me tell you. So please no one tell me like, oh my god, she's doing her makeup wrong. Like everyone does their makeup differently, and that's chill. I'm about it. Do your makeup how you want to do it, but just do what you have to do. Oh, sorry, I should be doing this in the camera. And one thing that I've noticed is this is gonna take me longer because I'm like explaining what I'm doing. I also put makeup right in here on my nose because why not? And it looks really nice when you put it all together. And then I have these little scars right here from the chicken pox that I had. I had like, let's just do like a really quick story time. When I was in the 6th grade, I did cotillion, and for people who don't know what cotillion is, bless your little heart, because you never had to know. So basically, like, all the scars on my face are from the chicken pox, and my mom told me not to pick them, and I did. It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. Because it was really itchy. Good job, Ashley. Anyways, back to my story time. So I was in cotillion, and there was a kid there who had like kind of like these blisters, and I just thought that it was acne, and I was like a little kid at this point. And anyways, it was like Thanksgiving, and I had family like from Florida coming to visit. And to make the long story short, I ended up getting the chicken pox, and then my dad put me in like really hot water to like help soothe them because I was crying in pain, and that did not help, and apparently that makes the chicken pox worse. So I had like a really bad case of the chicken pox, and it was so bad that when I was going into the hospital, like I was like checked in immediately because they didn't want me in the waiting room, because obviously like when you have the chicken pox, you're contagious. And they brought me into the room, and the doctor came and looked at me, and she goes, "Wow, I have never seen like a case like this in forever. Like, do you mind if I bring in my resident students to like look at your daughter?" And my parents were like, "Sure." And so all these like medical students were like looking at me, and it was just like so traumatic because I was like a little kid and I didn't realize like what they were doing. And so it probably isn't a good story time, but like it was so bad. Like I had them in my throat. I had them literally like all over my whole entire body. Like every square inch of my body, there was chickenpox. So thank God that's over with. I'm going to do my eyebrows. And so when I do my eyebrows, I do not, sorry, I missed a spot right here. Duh. Okay. So the third step that I personally do is my eyebrows. This is like my favorite part to do. So if you are, when you do your eyebrows and you are doing them, if you brush them down, you are honestly giving your eyebrows injustice, because they need to be, they're happy to be on your face, okay? Okay, so anyways, I use a pointed brush like this. I feel like such a makeup beauty guru when I do this. I use a pointed brush, which obviously needs to be cleaned. All my brushes need to be cleaned, so please. And then I use a shadow on my brows, because I feel like it gives that more of a natural look, and you can also build it. So what I'm going to do is you start off at the bottom. I start off at the very bottom, and you just like follow your natural line, or the bottom of your brow. I don't know why, with a line. What I do is, after brushing my eyebrows up, which doesn't seem like anything, I brush them down, because my eyebrows are really thick and you miss the very top when you don't brush them down. And then as like the course of the day goes on, you take a picture, or you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, why aren't there any makeup on my brows at the top? And that's not fun for anyone. And after that, I'm going to brush them back up to how they were. And I love these little spoolies too, because not only are they good for like brushing your eyebrows, they're good for like your eyelashes, and usually like if you get mascara on, tip from Jeffree Star is you can like get the little makeup residue or the mascara residue off your face, and it's just amazing. So, and it doesn't like mess up your makeup, really. So after that, I'm just already going to blend in the makeup that I had, and I like blend it all in my eyebrow, like so. And basically what you're trying to do is you're just trying to make like natural hair like motions. So one is done. The beginning of your brow to be where your tear duct is. Mine kind of goes over, but whatever. And then you want the arch of your brow. You can line it up with your pupil and then make it like a diagonal form. And then you want the end of your brow to the end of your eye to and make like a little arch like this, or a little diagonal. Next, you're going to be doing the same exact thing, and first just get your brush and do upward motions. Do is you're going to want to take your concealer again, and you're going to want to clean up the areas that you just did your brows, because you want to make sure that they're snatched. And then I always do the top and I angle it down. Is I contour my nose, and that's pretty much the only thing that I contour. So I just get my bronzer, which can be used for many things like eyeshadow, bronzer on your cheeks, your forehead to make it smaller, you know. And so that's what I do. And so I use this MAC, it's from MAC, and it is Give Me Sun. I just start from this little point of my nose and I bring up the line, and you're probably like thinking to yourself, this isn't the best. Like, I can do makeup way better than her, and you probably can, but and then I just kind of blend the line out a little bit to make it less noticeable. Use primer on my eyelash or on my eyelids, and you should always use primer before putting on any type of eyeshadow, because with me I have really oily skin, like I said before, and this is what keeps it non-oily and like it doesn't crease. So what I use is I use the MAC Prep and Prime, the 24-hour extended, and you just need like a little doulop. I don't know if you know what a doulop is, but it's not a dab, it's a doulop, and it's like really, really tiny. And I just use my fingers and next I'm going to get my favorite eyeshadow, and it is called Soft Brown, and it's made by MAC, and this is what it looks like. And then you open it up and it's like this really pretty nude color, and I'm just going to start off, and I'm also using this brush with the two ends, and if you have a naked palette you definitely know what brush I'm talking about. So next I'm going to just close my eye, and I know that you're supposed to be using the other brush side, but we're not doing that today. So next, I'm going to use this MAC makeup palette that I have, and it has 9 colors in it. And if you open up, ooh, so pretty. And I'm going to use this brown one right here. So what I do is I just get a little dab on there, and then I tap off the excess. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do the crease. Our next step is foundation, powdered foundation, because when you do use a liquid, you should definitely use a powder to, they're like two peas in a pod. They are like two peas in a pod, and they need to be used together. That's all that I know. And so what I do is I use this, it's made by MAC, and it is a 130, literally obsessed, and you use it in like circular motions. And then for foundation or powdered foundation, I do use MAC. Pretty much everything that I use is MAC. I'm totally obsessed with MAC, and like I've been using MAC for ever. So I use the medium plus, and it's also a mineralized skin finish. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna like, I definitely need to get some serum. So you tap off the excess, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna do little circular motions, and I'm also going to clean up my eyeshadow to make it more snatched. And you're just gonna want to do this all over your face. Obviously, you know that. And you blend it in for your nose contour. You're just going to blend it in. Oh my god, I love this brush so much. Next, you want to go back to your eyeshadow, and you are just going to complete it. I'm not even explaining what I'm doing. You're going to complete it by going under. My next favorite step, which is bronzer again, and like I said before, I use the Give Me Sun by MAC. And you are going to take your bronzing brush, which is mine, is just this. You know, people say that you need brushes, and as long as you have a couple, you can get the job done. That's for me personally. Each of our faces are different, and like you just need to follow your own like cheekbone. Put it under my cheekbone, but we're gonna go like at an angle. So what I do is that, and this is the reason why I love this brush, is because you can like, if you want little, you want a lot, and I also use the same brush for my blush that I use. And then you're gonna just want to blend her in. This is looking kind of harsh. And next, what I do is I put it on my forehead because I don't have a really big forehead, but it makes it look nicer. Plus, I don't like it. I really don't like my hairline that much. And also, in order to make your neck chiseled, I put it all over my chin, which is what some people don't do. And then I make like a little V to like, oh, look how dark I look. So let's blend this out a little bit more. Blush, and I use, this is by MAC, and I use Warm Soul, and this is literally my favorite blush in the whole entire world because it has like these sparkles in it, and it just like gives you that natural glow. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna smile like this, and then these little my big my big cheeks, you're just gonna want to put it on the ball of your cheek, and then I bring mine back to like mix with the bronzer that I just did. Next step is I am going to curl my eyelashes, and not a lot of people like to curl their eyelashes, but I do because I want my eyelashes to be really, 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 really long, and that's just what I like to do. So as you can see, like the difference, it just gives them more life. And I have straight eyelashes, which is kind of a bummer, and I wish that I had like really, really bruh for this stuff. Just get it really close to your eyelid. So then my next step, while I just let my eyelashes like chill for a minute after being curled, I'm going to use my Jeffree Star highlighter, and I'm obsessed with this highlighter because just look how amazing that is. It's like all sparkly and just like super bronzy and goldeny, and you had me sold right there. And it's like in this huge tub. So I use this little crusty dusty, all my makeup brushes are crusty dusty, but I'm obsessed with this little brush that I stole from like another bronzer makeup that I used, but I ran out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like coat it, and you can literally use any single brush on whatever, and then you're just going to put this at your cheekbones. Oh my god. Obsessed. Let's see. Ooh. I like to use like all these different mascaras, and one of the mascaras that I absolutely love is, I don't even know what this is called, but this is Bold and Bad Lash by MAC, and I am obsessed because it also comes with like this little spindly, and it's just great. And so what you're going to do is you get your brush, and I like roll mine upwards. This is the great thing about this mascara, is it has like this little like spoolie, and it's specifically made for like little hairs. And then I personally just go back and forth, over and under. No look is completed without some lips. So this is one of my favorites again, and it's Viva Glam, and it's by MAC. And it's probably like all used, but this is such a pretty color. I love to make my lips shiny, so I'm also going to be using the MAC. I don't even know what color this is, but it's lip glass. Haha, so cute. And it's just lip gloss, but they call it lip glass because it comes in a glass container. And it's like the same color as the Viva Glam, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lips. So this is the final look, and I have to say this is like my go-to for makeup. So thanks for watching the video. If you guys like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know that I'm new, and I plan on putting videos out. Every Friday, but if that doesn't work, then I will let you guys know. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you do like this look, if you don't, let me know. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a fabulous day.